Hello, everybody. This is Marzel. We're on the Nothing Serious podcast, um, episode 8. Like to join, be happy that everybody is joining. I have um, Lamar Hicks. Say what's up, man.
Man, what up, man? We doing it. We doing it. The late night edition, man.
Right. I got my girl Nick,
Hello.
and I got my girl Callie.
Hey.
So today we're going to be talking about uh, something not too crazy, nothing that we can't make it through without anybody getting in their feelings or nothing like that. But
We'll see. We will.
I mean,
We
we're
will
gonna,
see.
well, okay,
That's to be determined.
okay. So I'm gonna start off light, and then we're gonna get into some heavy shit. All right. So the first question I'm gonna pose to everybody is: have you ever fumbled a guy or a girl? Okay, so I'm talking about like you had someone that was good to you, but you just wasn't into them, and you kind of let them go, and then after you let them go, you regretted it. So I'm gonna start off with Callie.
No, I've never fumbled anyone. I've been fumbled.
Okay. So
Same
you
page.
okay? So you never had somebody that you were not attracted to that was a good person, but you weren't attracted to them, and you just like let them go, and you like, man, I probably should have held on to that person.
No, I can honestly say that I don't think that I have. I should say in the long run.
Okay,
So I think
okay,
I'm all right. Yeah.
all right. I'm gonna go to you, Lamar. Let me ask you: have you ever fumbled a woman, a good woman, for one reason or another?
Uh, Honestly, I can sit up here and say no because I got who the Lord blessed me with. I most definitely got who the Lord blessed me with. So I didn't fumble anything. If and even if I did, it was not for the reason that I for my future.
You
So
know,
I just wanna I just for
I
my
thought
future. What? Go ahead.
I thought you was gonna say, and if I did, she deserved it. I thought that's what you was gonna say. That's what I thought
Nah,
you was
man.
gonna say. Okay.
Nah, man. I wasn't most definitely gonna go that route. But I mean, you know, uh, through this journey that we call life, um, yeah, I mean, it was probably a couple that I did fumble, but like I said, it wasn't for it had nothing to do with anything. It was just God's plan for me to be who I'm with right now, my
Okay.
wife. So, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Nick.
Not that I can recall.
Hey, that was short answer.
But
Uh,
like he said, I've been fumbled and I have had people say, man, I wish I wouldn't have.
Hmm.
If I would have did this, then maybe if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk.
okay. Okay. Um, I can say that I probably have for one reason or another. Just like if I really wasn't, the I've kept I've came across some nice women. I have came across some really good women, and um, at the same time, you know, for one reason or another, I just wasn't really feeling them like that. It could have been, for a lot of different reasons. I don't care to say what the reasons were, but Yeah, I you know,
Hmm.
I probably did. Did I regret not talking to them? No, because I wouldn't have gave them the 100% that they deserved.
Mm.
So I
So
can say
so
that.
so do you think that the reason why you think that does it or did it have something possibly to do with your maturity level and how because we're men and we tend to um just want to get out here and just do whatever, whomever, however. And, maybe, at the time the maturity level, wasn't there that it is now. And
Uh,
so, did that might have something to do with it?
no, I can't say it was that. I knew that I wasn't going to be a good boyfriend to them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because of my maturity level. Just that I wasn't really. You're not going to give your all to someone that you're not really into. It's like you can't
Yeah.
fake that. So, um, so yeah, that's the way that I feel. You know, but the funny thing about it is most women will never say that they fumbled a good man. Most women will not admit that they did. And it's funny. Now I know that Lamar, uh, he went in front. He had it at a different angle. Talk about he has who God blessed him with. Okay, that threw me for a loop. But but for the most part, most men can say that they did fumble someone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For one reason or another. Women never say that they fumbled anybody.
That's because we don't.
That's
Y'all be the ones messing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
Then why is
Okay.
it? Then wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. So why is it? And not saying. So how is it in those Tyler Perry movies or in those Lifetime movies? It
Movies.
always be that woman who sits up there and says that
Because a
because
man wrote the movie.
oh, okay, okay,
See?
okay, okay.
I'm
So
just saying.
okay, and so that same man who writes the movie when he has that woman getting beat on in that movie, then we go still still call a spade when it comes to that too.
Yeah, that's the one he fumbled.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, okay.
Hey,
I want both of y'all to remember this conversation the next time you watch a Lifetime in a movie and say that because like I said, do you know on a different world Whitley almost fumbled Wayne? She almost fumbled him. She came real close until he decided to man up himself and say, this is the woman that I want. But she was ready to marry the wrong dude when she knew she loved Dwayne. She knew she loved Dwayne.
Well, I remember a little differently, Lamar. When Whitley was about to marry
Byron.
Byron, yeah, was about to marry Byron. Dwayne had broke up with her because he wasn't really ready to settle down yet.
Did they break up or did she say make a choice because he went out to dinner with that other lady?
She told him to make a choice.
Exactly.
And he couldn't. So
Mhm.
so it wasn't
So
really
she
her.
left.
Yeah. So it really wasn't her who fumbled him.
So,
He fumbled her.
Exactly.
but that's okay. He recovered. He picked up the ball. He picked up the ball even the ball was on the ground and it was out there. The ball was naked, and he picked the ball up and he ran it back for a touchdown. So technically, he didn't fumble. He dropped the ball for a minute, just like a running back. Remember, if you watch football, a running back can fumble, but he can also recover his own fumble too.
He can.
Yeah.
And I'd like to point out one thing though. Women do apologize. She said, "I'm sorry, Byron. I do."
Yeah, that definitely did happen. Yes. That's, you know what? That's probably one of my favorite episodes from that show.
Yep.
I watched that over and over again, man. I could feel him when he was like, "Baby, please."
Yes.
But you know, that came from good acting, and that also came from a storyline that had been brewing for like a long time. But you know who else fumbled Dwayne?
Denise.
Yeah.
No, I think he did right by that. She didn't fumble him. They were on two different planes. They weren't eye to eye.
Yeah. She
Now I'm making light of this situation and everything, but hey.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question: how soon is too soon to have sex with someone?
Can I go first?
Yes.
Why not?
Okay. I hate the cross-reference podcast, but if you go and listen to Boys II Men song, there's a song on the Remedy album that a chick knows. They absolutely said it. They said a chick knows when she's ready to get down, and it doesn't matter how soon or how too late. She already knows. Like she knows, like from day one. Like she and the name of the song is called "Want to Have Sex with You." I think that's the name of the song, but it's on the Remedy album, and so I think, and for the most part, women know. Like they know. Like we were talking off camera. I mean, before the show, who are we talking about, Kalisha? Who are we talking about? Hank. Yeah, I had to refresh your memory because you look like you. She wanna.
She talking
No,
about,
I don't.
talking about, please don't go.
She literally stood up here and said before the show started that he sung that song for her. Don't look like don't. No, man, don't you do that. Don't you do that, Kalisha. Don't you do that.
I never.
You sat up here and you said that. You
Is there
said
any
that.
proof? Is there any proof?
I wish you were recording this, Marcel, before the show started. Because she said that. And she ain't never met Tank. She ready to get down.
No.
So yeah, they know. They know.
Okay. I quit. But y'all know too. Because y'all are visual. The first thing you see, you be like, "Ooh, I'm hit that." True or false?
That's true.
That
Thank
very, very, very much true.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Since Lamar went first, I'm gonna go with Nick this time. Nick,
I'm sorry, y'all threw off the question. Oh, how soon?
how soon is too soon?
How soon is too soon? Well, I can't say a lot of times, which I never have, but a one night stand is too soon because I feel men, not all of them, but some men think that, okay, well, if she did it with me the first night, then she'll do it with whoever else. So she's done it with whoever else. And then now you just slept with a man that you wanted to be with, but now they don't want to be with you because they think you're a slut or a whore or whatever the situation could be.
Right.
So I would prefer to like spend time with them and be around them and, you know, get a vibe from them. Because what if I sleep with them that night and then I get around them and I'm like, ugh, this dude, man, you know, and now here I am with this guy. I slept with him already. And now I just kind of feel like I probably should have waited. But I don't know. I think one night stands are not good. I think a week still not good. I just think if you just spend time. But the thing I do not like, which is a turn off for me, is when men say, "Oh, we grown."
Oh my gosh.
I was grown when I was 21 too. I was grown when I was 21. I was grown when I was 31. I was grown when I was 41. I understand we're grown, but why are you saying that? Like, that is like, that's a turn off completely to me. When they say we grown, what?
Mm-hmm.
So we grow. Okay, let me just get your hair right now then, right? Is that what you're saying? That's what I don't like that. But I mean, I just prefer to probably get to know them a little bit.
Right.
A lot of it. But, you know, just spend some time so I can get comfortable. It takes me a minute to get comfortable around, you know, around a man if I like him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So what is the perfect time frame then?
I guess now a couple, 2 to 6 months.
Yeah.
2 to 6 months.
Yes.
6 months is a long time. That's
I said we're not having sex, me and that person, but I'm sure the man is having sex with somebody. Just because I said, oh well, we should do it now. We've been waiting 6 months. I'm sure he's gonna say, no, you've been waiting 6 months.
Exactly.
I mean, he's not gonna say it to me, but you know, no, you've been waiting 6 months.
Okay,
but then I give him a chance to actually, if they like you, and then at least he'll know what I want or what I like when we're in the bed instead of, you know, how it goes.
Okay, so my question is this. Okay, you said you're assuming that in that period of time between the 2 to 6 month mark that he's sleeping with other people or sleeping with other women. Would you be okay with that if you really like this guy that he's sleeping with other women because you're not giving him anything?
I'll be ill. No, not really. But if I don't know, listen, if I don't know, it's different because, you know, it's a big difference if I don't know. I feel like if he's telling me, then he's not trying to do nothing but sleep with me anyways, and he's not going to talk to me anymore anyways. Plus, I personally have a my chart that I can show anybody who wants to see it.
Okay.
So at any time. So if he's sleeping around with a lot of females and I happen to find out, you know, I might be like, well, if you're into somebody else, then you're not going to be into me.
Right.
Okay. All right. We got Angie in the building. How you doing, Angie?
Hi guys, I had an allergic reaction, so I look like I've been 10 rounds with Mike Tyson, so I won't be showing my face today.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to hear that. I already know the
Yeah,
feeling.
thank you.
Get well soon. Get
Thank
well
you.
soon.
All right, since Angie just jumped in, I'm gonna hold off on asking you the same question, Callie. I'm gonna ask you last. So the question is, how soon is too soon to sleep with someone?
Oh, yeah, just jump right into it this week.
Well, no.
We're talking about
We
something
had
else
a
again.
we had another question before this.
Oh, okay. How soon is too soon to sleep with someone? So I think it's case by case. I used to be one of those girls that was like, Steve Harvey's 90-day rules. But I mean, I have gone an extended amount of time before I've done that. But I would be a hypocrite to say that I have never just had like major chemistry with someone and, woke up and was kind of like, okay, what happened? So I don't I don't think there is a time. I think it depends on the person. Um, there are some people that, it's like cosmic or whatever. And you feel like when Harry met Sally. I don't know if you guys ever seen
Mm-hmm.
that movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and then there are some people that, there's like the In Vogue song, "Never Gonna Get It." So I think that it's I think that it's just case
Oh
by
my God.
case. I don't think there is, for me, I don't think there is a set time. If you I'm like you, Nick, I will present my chart. I
Mm-hmm.
have been asked to present my chart, and when I ask to see theirs, it's like cricket. So in that case, obviously, I'm not laying down with you because Lord knows, you know,
Mm-hmm.
when's the last time you've been to the doctor. But I don't, like Nick said, I don't like when men say we're grown. And I think the difference now, I'm in my 50s. I don't know what the age demographic is for other people, but I think now, pregnancy is out of the way, like when you're in your 50s. So now I think people are just like, okay, well, you ain't gonna get pregnant. What are we waiting for? We ain't getting no younger, but there's still STDs,
Exactly.
So I just think it's just case by case. I'm a woman that is proactive, and I will carry a condom with me. I don't plan on using it, but you
Just
know,
in
I,
case.
I kind of look at myself as Clark Kent. I'm a running the. I got my Superman suit just in case. So that's all I got to say.
Okay. All right. Callie.
That was smooth.
Yeah. I'm having to agree with the ladies. There is no time frame. If the chemistry is right, it's right. Again, as Nick said, the one night stands now, we're not doing that. Um, but I don't think there is a specific time to say, hey, I think I'm going to do it now. You know, I would like to get to know the person after the representative leaves so I'll know if I really want to fool with this person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no soul ties that ain't going to work for me.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, I laughed at BNGB because I remember working at two different places, and that's what a lot of guys there called me was in vogue
oh,
because they will always say, "I know what you're talking to her for. You ain't gonna never get it."
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never
Yeah, and
gonna
they
get it.
always
Never
call
gonna
me
get
that. And I
it.
went from one place and I started working somewhere else, and then they start calling me. I'm like, that's not even the case. It's like nobody in here is going to get it. You don't know what I'm going to do with someone else or what
right.
I'm doing with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yeah.
I'm active with one person, that's the one person I'm going to be active with.
Right.
And if I can piggyback off of what Nick said, I don't know if it's this 50 plus thing, but in my experience, that first time really never becomes the first time. I don't know if it's like sometimes the nerves with men, if it's like a 50s plus thing, but oftentimes the first night, like if you just so happen it's not even a first night stand because you know, the engine is not getting the engine is not revving for whatever reason.
Oh
So
no.
so the first time doesn't usually end up being the first time. It sometimes, goes into an extension, like an extended warranty or something. But so I just want to add that little part.
You right.
Um,
Absolutely right.
well, I can say that, me personally, I don't feel like there's a certain time limit. Like
What a
Callie said,
surprise.
huh?
I said, oh, what a surprise.
I don't feel like it's a certain time limit. I feel like if you have chemistry with that person, why not get bucket naked? You know what I'm saying? Just,
Try to get
show,
booked, naked, booked.
yeah. I show you what I got to offer. You show me what you got to offer.
Just come downstairs with a robe.
So you got the secret garden playing with you when you walk in.
See,
Man,
Show,
see,
show me your
see,
secrets.
yeah,
see,
yeah.
see,
Look, I got some.
See,
I got some. Look, I got some stories for y'all. I'm telling you.
I'm
Some
scared.
things, some
see,
things that
one
I've
thing about
done.
it. See, one thing about it. If that alcohol is involved, hopefully is not in y'all case, and the music is right. Barzell, no,
Well,
is on.
oh well, I ain't never been drunk.
If I'm not interested in a person, then they probably won't even get me by myself for one. And I don't drink anymore, but I would drink a lot and still wouldn't go home with.
Right.
Just because
Wow.
it's in my face. And when I say a lot, I would drink a fifth of Hennessy.
Oh.
And if I wasn't interested and he was just trying to talk to me or whatever, hey, you want to come up to the house for a minute? I'm like,
Nope.
no. Oh, for real? I'm like, yeah, for real, no.
Yep.
And then I'll just go from there. Ain't no telling what Marcel, no, I am way better. But it's no telling what I would say.
Right.
Oh, go to the house and you're going to have BIA. BIH.
For those who don't know what that means, dick in hand.
Absolutely not. So I don't want to take the chance of somebody else being drunk. And then, maybe they might try to push up on me because we're both drunk. So if I'm not interested in them or whatever, I wouldn't go over there. Now, if I'm interested in them, they'll have to come to my house. And I don't like for a lot of people to know where I stay. So if I'm interested in you come to my house, just because I feel safe at my home.
Right.
So you would have to come to my home.
Oh, that's that Mary Jane girls. In my house.
See.
Because my house,
You got to segue
I don't
these
have to
songs
worry about
into
nobody
your
else trying to,
podcast,
yeah,
Lamar.
at my home, I don't have to worry about nobody else coming in on us or cameras
Right.
in the house, just things like that. I won't have to worry about it. And I have to really know you before you even come to my house. Like, it'll be a minute before you come to my house.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all an incident that happened with me. I said it happened like in 2022. It was a lady that I had met on a dating app, and she lived in Marietta, which is like about 45 minutes from where I live at. And so me and her had talked on the phone, and to be honest with you, I kind of knew what it was because the way I came at her on the dating app was in sexual nature. Okay. So she replied, and we flirted a little bit, and I think it was like 2 days after I met her on a dating app. I was like, hey, what you doing tonight? She was like, nothing. What's up? I said, well, I wanted to see if you wanted to hook up, if you wanted to get together. And she was like, we can do that. And I was like, okay. And I was like, where do you stay at? And she told me she stayed in Marietta. And I was like, okay, so that's like about 45 minutes from where I stay at.
Driving for some ass.
Huh?
Driving for some ass. 45 minutes.
Oh, hell yeah. Man, look. I will go.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, I will go from here to California for some ass, okay? So make a long story short, she told me that, she was like, well, I can come to your side. I'm like, she's like, but the only thing about it is if I'm drinking, I'm not going to want to drive all that way back home. I said, you don't have to. I said, you don't have to. So she was like, okay. She's like, send me the address of where you want to meet at. When she told me that, I knew what time it was, okay? I knew what time it was. So she ended up meeting me at this bar, like right down the street from where I stayed at. And so we got to the bar. We was sitting there talking. The vibe was good. We was laughing and joking and all that stuff. And I walk her out to the car. I was like,
follow me.
I was like, I said, what do you want to do? She's like, well, I'm not really ready to really leave. I'm like, well, I mean, you can come back to my place. It's right down the street. She was like, okay. And so she followed me to my place. And I was like, got her ass.
Gotcha, Mitch.
All right.
Got him.
So we end up going to my place, and I end up having to lay the hammer down. But so yeah, that's what ended up happening, man. She left that next morning, and we talked like a couple times after that. Then I lost contact with her. So,
So, Marzel, I have a question to ask you, if I may.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
Yes, I'm girthy.
No, that wasn't the question.
God.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you, Angie. Go ahead.
So as a man, one of the fears that I have about being intimate with someone, if I don't feel like I can close my eyes and potentially wake up and my purse is stolen, my credentials in my wallet, I'm not laying down and close my eyes. Do you ever have that fear? Like when you're out here meeting women on apps and stuff?
I haven't generally spent the night at a woman's house that I can think of offhand that I wasn't comfortable with. I've always been a pretty good judge of character, I would say, for the most part.
Okay.
Especially since I've gotten older, because I've seen things, I've experienced things. And if something don't seem right, I'm automatically gonna back out of it. I'm not like one of those guys that listen to what my member tells me as opposed to what my common sense tells me. So
Okay.
so yeah, I will definitely bow out. And even Nick can attest to that, because there's been times where I was like, hey, this don't seem right. You know what I'm saying? I've texted her, sent screenshots or whatever, and and I didn't go. So yeah. And plus she's got my location. I forget she got it sometimes. And,
I don't.
and if I tell her I'm going to somebody's house, if I don't call her within a certain amount of time, she called me like, nigga, are you in somebody's trunk tied up? So
and see, that's my fear with dating online. I won't date online. I won't do it. I'm not going to do it. I will wait until God sends me someone. I don't know if it's going to be the Amazon driver.
Oh, I missed it. I
picking somebody up at Sam's or Walmart, where I'm always at, or TJ Maxx or something. But I'd rather be with somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Right.
Because it's just been way too many incidents. I have friends who are like, oh, I met this guy online. I met this guy online. I met this guy online. I met this guy. God damn, how many people you gonna meet online? And I think it's different when you talk to people on the phone and you get comfortable, opposed to being comfortable with being with them, face to face. Because it's times when you're with somebody and you're just like, oh, we have a good conversation, everything's good, but when you see each other, you sit there and don't say nothing like, so, hey. Or I would rather meet someone through someone else, because I don't want to end up in somebody's trunk.
Not unwilling.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah, I understand.
He knows that, so that's when you started talking about Lifetime movies. I need to stay off of the ID channel, because that's the main reason. One of the main reasons. Marzel knows that I feel like everywhere I go, I have to have something on me.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm protected.
As you should. In this day and age.
That's my thing, is I don't even really like dating too much. I would rather try to be with somebody I know, or somebody who knows somebody else. Things in that nature.
Hey, Nikki always be telling me she didn't watch the movie. I'm like, what movie you watching now? She's like, it's called Come Over Here, Ho.
And I told him I wish I would come over there. Talking to me crazy. You gotta be out your damn mind.
All right, we got Mr. Venara Scott in the building. What's up, man?
How you doing,
Hey,
Mr.
you got
Scott?
it, man.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
God.
Yes,
How you doing, Lamar? Kylie, how you doing, Angie?
I'm good.
good.
Good. Number of beautiful people on this podcast tonight.
Excuse me, you didn't say how you doing, Nick.
I did. You was the first one I said.
Was it? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it.
You know I'm acknowledging you.
There we go. I appreciate that.
I don't want to catch me slipping on the streets and slap me.
There
you know?
you go. There you go.
Okay, so Venaris, I'm gonna ask you this question. You're the last person. How soon is too soon to sleep with somebody?
How soon is too soon to sleep with somebody? I mean, you could do it as soon as you meet somebody. If you want to. I put it to you this way.
He's like, yeah, about an
You can
hour.
sleep
Hell,
with
why you asking? You
He's
know
like-
somebody?
He's like, he
Well,
said
it's like
anything before 3 minutes is fine with me.
as long as you pay them the $40, it's okay.
I already said hi. What else she want me to do? We ordered our food. What we gonna do after we get done eating?
Well,
No, go
If I
ahead,
got to ask.
go ahead, Venaris. Go ahead.
I said as soon as you pay her the $40, it's fine.
That's the going right now.
I don't know for who, but I got my $40.
I heard it's $25 in the Dominican Republic.
That's why they all
Oh.
going over there.
That's exactly why I'm look, that's why I've got my passport right now. that's the first fucking place I'm going, okay?
Don't
Yeah,
be
he gonna
Hey,
come back.
di-
wondering
hey,
why he-
Hey,
I don't know.
Dick in
why
hand.
Whoa, this
Dick in
man on
hand.
my boss.
Hey,
Right.
dick in hand, Nikki, dick in hand.
You'll be
And
coming
it
back
might be.
wondering why it's so big and got lumps on it going over there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Woolly lump
yeah.
lump.
You're gonna come back with a prescription.
Right,
They want to come back at all.
over there, I don't know.
Hey,
You
And
never
if you
know.
go back
over
to
there.
Thailand, you might come back with a hurt butt.
Oh,
from a
Yeah,
lady
nah.
boy.
I'm just messing with you.
yeah. They like
Nah.
they could throw you on the ground and say, "Open up his butt cheeks."
A friend of mine, someone that I know personally, he came back and had to have a testicle removed. I didn't ask any additional questions after that,
Oh.
but yeah.
Oh no,
Yikes.
I know someone also that I was telling Marcel about comes up to the hair store, and he was telling me that he is almost done with his. So he had his penis cut off, and he's getting vagina.
Oh,
Oh no, I was saying they ended up, my person went to the DR and contracted something that required him to have a testicle removed.
Okay. I thought you were
But-
talking about
Yeah, but he
No,
said
okay.
the going rate was $25 when he went.
$25.
I
And
guess
the
you get
women
what
were
you
beautiful.
pay for.
Yeah, exactly. And see, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's why I'm not married now, because it's these other girls just throwing it around for what'd you say, $40?
I'm going off of social media, so I don't know.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's not a testimonial, Venaris. It's not a testimonial.
wow.
I don't know.
I can see it now. He like, hi. I met a girl for $40, and now it changed my life for the worse.
Now I gotta use these orbital ankles.
Oh, God.
That's something new. That's a new medicine for this new disease.
Man,
Oh,
yeah,
Don't be
but
listen, don't be the spokesperson of that. For that.
no, but seriously, Bernard, it's like, what? How soon is too soon?
Well, okay. as far as the relationship, you know, of course, if two people see each other, they attract to each other, and then they sleep, you know, soon after the same night, it's fine. But I guess you're meaning as far as a relationship and getting to know them. It depends on how the duration of how soon y'all talking to each other, you know, whether y'all get to, you know, I don't know whether y'all click. You know, we all grown folks here, so ain't no.
Oh man, nah. Not
Hey,
all
That
man.
wasn't right
wrong.
there in the say,
Hey,
Mr. Guy.
No, he
you-
did
hey.
not just say that.
You
fell
just
in the trap.
said, hey, hold on.
Oh,
You just said the phrase that all three of the women said that they hate to hear. A man
they
saying
hate to hear.
Mhm.
What's
that
that?
we are grown. We grown.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, so I don't know. You know, just as soon as y'all click, you know, if y'all got stuff in common and y'all get the horniness flowing, you know, if them endorphins start flowing, then you know, let's get it on. I don't know, you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've talked to guys that I've been with to the point like we worked together and you know for some years or whatever, and we might have flirted, and then you know later on we go to the bar or whatever, and then I end up messing with them. But we worked together for so many years, and you know what I'm saying, it was just one of those things, and then we end up, you know, kicking it, and then for sure wasn't no $40 involved.
So let's open up
Damn.
that question about, you know, involving yourself with somebody that you work with. What has
Okay.
everybody's experience?
Oh, we didn't work together anymore after that. He had moved on. He had moved on to bigger things, I guess. Working wasn't his thing anymore.
Oh,
He still had money though.
Okay, so to piggyback off of your question, Angie, you said, what do you feel about sleeping with your coworker? I think
Yes.
that's a good question. All right, I'm open the floor up to Callie. I think Callie got her phone on mute. Okay.
I'll say you would try to get me as soon as I step away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. If you need to step away, I can ask somebody else.
No, you're fine. I'm back now.
Okay. All right. All right.
Sleeping with my coworkers is a no.
Okay.
Never.
And why?
Because I got to see them every day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I don't want to see somebody like that, you know, because y'all get possessive and jealous.
Mhm.
Silly. Don't be looking at me like that, Lamar. It's true. Y'all do. Y'all done got that good stuff and don't want nobody to be around you. Why you talking to him? I'm at work. Why do you think I'm talking to this person?
You like why he buying you?
You forgot the movie Boomerang, right? You
That
forgot the
part.
movie Boomerang, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You forgot the movie Boomerang?
Nah, I ain't forget it. I know. I see where you're going, but no.
Okay.
Marcus.
Marcus.
No, you concentrating
Are
on
you
the
gonna give
funny
up
side. You concentrating on the funny side. No, that actually, that actually happened.
It
It's
happens
Boomerang.
a lot. Yes.
But I got to contradict.
So that movie was a prime example.
It was a perfect
Well-
example, and a lot of times, I mean, like I said, it's not worth it. You know,
I don't know about that because y'all remember
I don't TT where I eat.
Well,
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying?
Y'all know that situation with that female police officer, the white woman that was
That was
sleeping
getting
around with all her
everybody?
coworkers. You know that they had no problem doing the choo-choo train.
No, they
thing.
did not.
That's because all men. Hold up, all men are dogs.
But
Not
you
not,
said
not
that
all
you
of
I'm
them.
just kidding. I'm not not y'all. Y'all good.
I don't know what you all are talking about. The police officer. What happened?
Okay, there was
Oh, so tell me, Scott.
Okay, you can probably explain it better than I can, Lamar. But there was a female police officer. I forgot which municipality she was in, a Caucasian female, and she slept with one of the coworkers, and then one of the coworkers told the other coworkers. And a long story short, just to see
They ran a train on her.
Yes, pretty much. not at the same time, but everybody she was like the police doorknob. Everybody had to turn. So
Everybody.
Okay, but it would have been okay if a man did it, right? Just asking.
yeah, I mean, I hate to say that phrase that y'all hate to hear, but you know, as long as it's consensual, you know what I'm saying. If you know, I don't know. I don't see the problem here. You know what I'm saying. So I don't know.
Okay.
You know, and
Well,
but my
respect is
thing
one
was,
problem.
Kylie was
Okay.
saying that men get possessive. No, we don't. We don't care if our friends are hitting it too, unless it's a you know, like a girlfriend type situation. I'm a woman man, so you know, I'm a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-mm.
you know,
Hold on,
I'm
you
gonna
say
go
that
holler
now
at a
until it
woman if
actually
I want
happens.
this relationship.
Yeah.
Huh?
So I did it twice. Once when I was younger with an older guy, and then my supervisor, and where I worked, he wasn't even supposed to come on the floor, and everybody just I'm like, listen, hey, try not to come on the floor so much. Everybody starting to ask questions. He's like, well, they can't say anything to me because I'm everybody's boss here. I was like, right. So yeah, try not to come on the floor, you know, because we're not supposed to even be talking, like messing around. And he would just keep coming on the floor. Like he just kept coming on the floor and kept coming on the floor. You know, he has on a suit and tie. He's supposed to be in the office. Why are you on the floor again?
Your daughter is it?
So then,
Exactly.
you know, it was a time when I joked with him. I said, old girl said you messed around with her. And it was just a joke because I know that he would never mess around with her. And he made a comment of, well, you know, I don't mess around with white women. So I don't even know why you said that, for one. And two, if I really wanted to, I'm single. So I said, you're right. Maybe we shouldn't talk anymore. And the look on his face is like, what? I was like, yeah, we shouldn't talk. Maybe we shouldn't talk anymore. He did not like that at all. Because first of all, don't come to me like that when I was just joking.
Right.
And by you getting offensive by me joking, and I'm always joking, but you're getting offended by that situation. And oh, well, I'm single, so it really didn't matter. But I never did that. I said, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't talk anymore. And just a look on his face was like, what? Wait, what? And I said,
They don't expect us to do that. They're expecting us to. They were like, they're like appalled. I'm like, what are you mad about?
Yep. And then he just, I didn't talk to him the rest of the day. And he came back the next day. Hey, I'm like, hey. And I was kind of like, did you need something or everything cool? And he was like, yeah. Like, what the hell wrong with this? But I just kind of felt like he was kind of being aggressive to me. So if you're already aggressive, then I should just step off right now.
Right.
He didn't like it because he kept coming on the floor, kept trying to hold a conversation with me. And I'm just kind of like, I know he's my boss's boss, so he could tell my boss whatever, and then I can get in trouble. And I talked to a guy when I was, he was older than me and I was younger. He ended up leaving because we had stopped talking. So he ended up leaving, going to one place, and then he came back there to be a manager there. And he would try to tell me what to do, and I just wouldn't do it. So he said, you know what? Just go ahead and go home. I said, well, thank you, because it's nice today. This is a nice spring day. Thank you. I took my stuff, and I went home. And when I came back, another manager said, well, you know, when I was working at the Olive Garden at that time. I was younger. I was like 19. I think he was like 29 or something. Maybe I was 20 and he was 29 or something like that. Either way, he left to go train. Then he came back. He was a manager there. And like, he would just get mad because I wouldn't do what he said. Like, he was trying to purposely tell me to do stuff, just stupid stuff. I'm not doing it. No. Okay, we'll go home then. Okay. Like, it's a nice day. I just got paid. It's Friday night. Bye. So I took my stuff and I left. I come back and they're like, well, next time he sends you home, he has to write you up or whatever. I'm like, well, why he didn't write me up? Why don't you just ask him why he didn't write me up? So that kind of somewhat became a slight issue. Then he started messing around with another girl. Then he'll come say, how do you feel about me messing around with her? I said, better her than me.
Right.
And then he'll just get so pissed. Well, I don't know why you acting like that. See, I could have stopped talking to her and talked to you. I said, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not interested in you anymore. But it was more to that because I was younger and I cussed him out. Like, I don't want your punk ass nigga. What I want you for? You too old to be with me any damn way. I said way more than that anyways. But at the time, so I try not, although when you work with someone, sometimes it does make the time go by faster. It's a little bit more exciting, but the ending or the breaking up or fighting back and forth, everybody in the place already knows what's going on if you're fighting and just as soon as this guy, you start talking to this guy, all of a sudden all the girls want to talk to him. Like, oh wow, now you didn't say nothing to him. Now we talking, you want to talk to him. But then you got to also be careful when you first come to your workplace because you're just like fresh meat. So all the guys try to talk to you.
That's male and female.
Yep. So if you're fresh meat, you have to know, okay, who is the guy who screwed everybody in here already? And who is the guy that's messing around with some girl that's going to come saying, oh, don't talk to him. He has herpes. In reality, that's her ex-boyfriend. And she don't want you to talk to him. It's just things like that involves with people that you work with. So when I did the one time and after I did the second time, I just didn't do it no more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lamar.
So it actually happened twice with me. The first time I was young and everything, and being the person that actually had a very good relationship, and we're still friends, to this day. The second time it happened, I ended up getting married to my current wife. So I was working out of school, and my wife, she was working out of school, but she came over to the school that I worked at, and I was actually her boss because I was in charge of and so. Wait a minute! Don't do no.
So you
this
did
time
that.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
She was.
No, I'm not ashamed of myself because we married now.
I'm just messing with you.
I'm married now.
I hit the jackpot. I hit the jackpot. so that time it
You
actually
saved
worked.
your pension, Lamar.
It worked, and now technically we still work together because we work in the same for the same company, but in a different department. So yeah, I still got relations with my coworker right now.
Okay. I'm gonna have to tell the people that y'all can't take lunches together.
Oh no, bro, we got the last name now, nigga. It's over with. It's over with. So yeah, it happened to me twice.
All right, Bernard.
That's my story.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Bernard?
for me, when I was working, let me see, the females that I slept with, I was sleeping with before they started working there. So I don't know if mine counts. So we got history.
You got him hired in.
You got him hired.
Like, hey, yo, I got a friend. Could you pour her out for me? Yeah, her. Yeah. I still want to hit that as much as I can.
Is that how you been getting your $40 from the folks from your referral?
Damn.
Hey, I knew her before, so all I had to do was give her a 4 for 4.
What's a 4 for 4? Is it like a Wendy's special?
Wendy's meal.
Yes.
That is unheard of.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So Angie, what are your thoughts on that?
I did it one time and it didn't end well. I try to be very discreet in my relationships with people. And so, we would have entertainment and then go to work, and they would try to call on the phone, and so I was like not answering because I try to be indiscreet, and then they would come over to my work area and be like, why don't you answer the phone? I called. And then, people are kind of like looking around like, why is this person from another department now coming over here all of a sudden?
See, that's what I'm
So,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it got so bad because when I felt like maybe this was a mistake and it kind of got out of hand,
Mhm.
I kind of cut it off. And I didn't live far from my workplace at the time. I was much younger. And so I started going out with somebody else. And then they started just coming over to the time my apartment impromptu,
Mm.
and, got into a physical altercation with somebody that I started dating. And so, of course, when I went back to work, I just totally act like I didn't even know him because I was like, at this point, like, this is crazy. So it resulted in me having to leave my employment, which was very disappointing to me.
Mhm.
But it got out of hand, and so I won't ever do that again.
Mm.
Okay.
Because sometimes men are just as possessive as women.
More
Even
so.
the men that you don't think would ever do anything like that,
Mhm.
you think this person wouldn't do it, but you find out later they're doing it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I say. No workplace, folks, and you don't need to know where I live.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do this, we can go to a hotel.
Or
Mhm.
if you work together, try to always throw something. Who is dude? He been over here for a minute. He must like you or
Mhm.
something. Don't try
Right.
to laugh and try to make it as a joke right now.
Hmm.
I'm
Don't
just
do
saying
that.
we had this conversation before. You remember we was talking about, online dating, and if I meet a female and then I want to bring her back, unless I really trust her, I'm not going to bring her back to my house. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
we'll get into that in a minute. I wanted to just tell my story about what happened with me. I'm not gonna go into details, but I have dated two women that I work with, not at the same facility. Um, I I messed around with a girl that I worked with hospital at a hospital in Michigan, and then I messed around with a woman that I met at a hospital here in Georgia, and neither one of those situations ended well. So I learned my lesson. I haven't dated anybody that I worked with since then.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
now what were you saying, Benares?
Well, what I was saying was, when we had that previous conversation about, like, and I mean in scenario of if I go to a club and I meet a young lady and I talk to her and I bring her back the same night. It's kind of like different if we online dating and we've been talking for 3-4 weeks online, and then I go on a date with her and then I bring her back to my house. At least I know her or can do some history. But I think that it was you and Nikki and somebody else was in the podcast, and they was talking about how I could never go to the club that night at 9 o'clock and then at 12 o'clock find a female and bring her back to my house. I was like, that would never happen with me because I don't know who she is. She might be crazy as hell. She might not steal from me, but she might be like, tell somebody else, hey, go over that dude's house and steal from him. I just don't want nobody unless I know at least surface level. I would never bring a woman home the same night. I got to at least know her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that was my viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
1 out of 400,000 men that said that.
Yeah,
who
yeah, cause look, cause if she's giving up some ass that night, she coming back to my place that night.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Them people
All right.
with spirits in them, and
I'll be like, I take my chances. I got renter's insurance.
Uh-uh.
all right, man.
You gonna wait. All right, keep fooling around. You're gonna really have DIA for
I know,
real.
right?
It's gonna be on your pillow.
Callie, that was a good one.
Oh man. But yeah. I mean, I'm a little like I said, with me being as old as I am, I'm 45. I've experienced some things, I've seen some things, so I can kind of it's not too much that somebody's gonna put over on me where I've never seen before. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? So I don't generally, if I get a bad vibe about a person, I don't even fool with them in the first place.
Right. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
I'm so leery of people knowing where I live because I can't get up and just move these days. Rent and
Yo,
mortgage
man.
costs too much, you know. Like I dated this one guy, we literally lived a block away, and I would wait 15 minutes before I left the house to get to his house. And then when I finally let him over to my house, he was like, "Really, you live around the corner?" My bad. Like I didn't know you. You could be
Right.
crazy.
Right. That's my whole point right there. You never know what's going on in the minds of these people, you know. And like I just can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody has the force powers. You can't tell
Right.
if somebody is crazy until you really get to know them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people have
Mhm.
that fatal attraction thing. Be like, I slept with you, so now I own you. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I just don't want to take that chance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's not true.
Man, y'all need to watch a couple of those specials on Netflix then, because those be real stories. We sit up here
Yeah.
and we joking about stuff and this and that and the third, but go watch those like I said, those exes series that come on Netflix, and then come back to this podcast and joke around and this and that. I mean, because what the
Oh
women
no,
are saying is
I
basically
watch the
true.
ID channel all the time, so I know.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
Garcelle Beauvoir, she did a Lifetime movie about it. The guy she met online, and he
Yeah.
basically was like a serial killer,
Mm-hmm.
and he liked her, so he didn't do anything to her until she finally rejected him. Then he tried to kill her. So, but I mean, he was like dating her and just meeting women at hotels and, just randomly killing this person, that person, and then just steadily dating her, going to her family reunion like it was nothing.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't get me wrong. Like, there are some crazy people out there, and you do have to be careful. Like, we're being facetious here, but at the same time, we are given discernment for a reason. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Everybody don't have it though.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, you're right. There are some people who don't have it.
It's kind of like
I
common
Well, I
sense.
know I do. You know I do.
Right.
yeah. I definitely, I definitely have been fortunate that I never had anything happen. Like I said, Nikki, she knows. Like, okay, for instance, I had met a lady on a dating website, and I always just in case y'all have picked up on it, I meet a lot of ladies on dating websites. so
Nothing wrong.
this,
I
this
already
lady,
know, so that's why I didn't say nothing. I
no,
already know.
no. So it was a lady that I met, and she was she lived like 2 hours away, and and I know Nikki knows who I'm talking about.
It's so many. I gotta wait till you start, and I'll catch up.
Okay, all right. So the one that lived 2 hours away, and I told you I was on my way to her house, and that's when you first got my location, and I ended up spending the night with her.
Mm.
Does that ring a bell? I'm trying not to say
Nope,
on
you gotta continue, cause
that.
gotta keep going a little bit.
Okay. Her name starts with an F.
Okay.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
Okay. So I end up going to her place, and she had her 2 kids there, and I don't know, man. Like I just feel like I have a good like feeling about people. You know, I just feel like I feel like I know when somebody's is going to do something to harm me or something like that. I
Mhm.
just feel like I have discernment. And this particular lady, nothing happened. But Nikki was on. She was when I went over there and we ended up sleeping together, and I ended up leaving the next morning. Nikki had called me like 3 or 4 times, texting me, "Nigga, are you all right?"
Hey,
She was
Hey,
worried. She
hey,
was worried about me, so I had to call her when I was on my way to the house, back to the house.
that's good. You got a friend that's
hey,
gonna
that's a good
listen.
thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good
Mhm.
Marcel,
thing though.
I have a question
Yes.
since you are on a lot of dating sites. Is your intent when you are meeting women on these dating sites to ever potentially be in a relationship, or is it the intent of, just a
Yeah.
physical relationship?
Okay. So that's a good question. So most of the girls that I match with is I'm physically attracted to. Now, what happens is it depends on where the conversation goes from that point. And also, a lot of women who who I may match with that might be end up being physical, they say that they want something physical.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying? And then
Okay.
there are women who are saying, I'm looking for a long term relationship or whatever.
Hmm.
So those are the women that I handle accordingly. The women
Okay.
that are looking for something casual, are looking for a hookup, are the ones that I sleep with.
I think that's
Mhm.
fair. I think in a perfect world, to piggyback off of what we talked about kind of last week, I think that people that want to just hook up,
Yeah,
like, you know, there should be some type of an algorithm where you just get with those people. People that want a relationship, like there should be a little room for these people that don't want a commitment. In a perfect world, of course.
yeah, because
Actually,
usually
there
the,
are.
the women that say that they want to they usually say they want casual, they're looking for a hookup. I'll just ask them straight up, hey, do you want to see my tallywhacker? And then we'll just see what happens from there. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No, you're not. You ain't playing.
But
No,
I'm
he
just
ain't.
joking. No, I'm just joking. I don't say that. That's not my. That's
He
not
said,
my
I don't
He
go-to.
say
don't put it in that
Tallywhacker.
terms. He don't put it in that terms. He put it like in a different term. Nigga, I know
uh-huh.
you.
Hey, I be like,
So
you want to see my pee?
And they be like, "Are you a fourth grader?"
Only if
No,
you
no,
want
I'm
me to
just
be.
joking.
But there are websites though that are made for hookup. As a matter of fact, when Tinder first started off, it was made
Yes,
for just hookups. Now
yes,
it's got to a dating thing. There's a website, I forgot the name of it, but it's made strictly for hookups. So
yeah,
it's just getting there, we jabbing and stuff like that.
Oh,
So I mean, if that's what they want, you know what I'm saying. So, but I hate to say it, but most of the women who usually will sleep with you, quickly, they the main ones to say, first of all, God first, and I'm not gonna sleep with you, so don't talk about sex. They the main ones who, sleep with you. If they say I go to church all the time, I don't know why, but usually
Wait, wait,
wait a
wait,
minute.
wait,
Wait a minute.
I'm
wait,
sorry. I'm
wait,
sorry.
wait, wait.
That's what my experience.
No,
The most religious ones are the ones who usually do
no.
the freakiest things. You
that's
Okay,
know.
but
true. That's true. That's
that's
true.
okay. We're going to start with I am faithfully at church every Sunday. I do everything that I try to treat everybody right. I feel like I do everything I'm supposed to, although I have a best friend that sometimes make me say things I don't want to, but it comes out. But I don't, when I
Marcel, she
tell
must be talking
somebody,
about you, bro.
I
yeah,
know.
if if I tell somebody that I'm not trying to sleep with you, I don't want to talk to you, and we're not going to do that, we're not hooking up, I mean that.
Right.
Now, as far as being a freak, is because this is the person I would have kicked it with anyways.
I see.
So this is the person I want anyways. So this is the reason why. That's why I say we go back to when we were talking about meeting somebody, get to know them, and then you have sex with them. I don't let them know exactly how I am in the bed, but I can say that they were not expecting what I gave them. I guess I could say it like that.
You wasn't that
Just to
church
say,
lady. You wasn't that
all-
church lady.
No, I was always expect the unexpected. I don't think
Exactly.
I don't think I
She
slept with one guy.
wasn't a church lady, but she definitely gave a new meaning to the missionary.
That's a good one.
I can't say I haven't slept with one man who still don't want to sleep with me.
That part.
Oh, we
That
got to
part.
bring that up later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Spit on
one,
the
as
block.
far as I
Yes.
know, not one guy I slept with still wouldn't, even 20 years later.
Yep.
What was you saying? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Nick. I thought you was done. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just, like he was saying, church ladies. I go to church, but I want a husband. I want a husband. I want to be with one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I've always been.
Agreed.
If I'm sleeping with that one person, I'm not touching anyone else. If I touch someone else, then that other person might as well forget it. Like I'm not even coming back to you because now I'll move to someone else.
Right.
And I still have my chart.
Do
Okay,
do men even still want to be married? I hear so many men, like I said, I'm in the 50s group. And so most of the people that I've encountered, they've already been married and divorced, and they're just like, yeah, I just don't want to do it anymore.
Mm.
So like, is that is that like a dying breed? Marriage anymore? Lamar, you're in the minority on this show, but so I guess I'd have to ask you that question first if I can, Marzell.
Yeah.
Like,
I am looking for a wife. I do believe that marriage is a beautiful thing with the right person. I've experienced marriage with
Yep.
someone who was not the right person, but
Yep.
I do believe in my heart that marriage is a beautiful thing with the right person. I'm looking for that right person right now. One thing I could say, I've talked to Vanaris about this before, because I know his feelings about that. I don't know if it's changed or not, but when you can have such a bad experience with someone and it can turn you off of being married altogether. I didn't let that happen to me because I knew before I married the person, in the back of my mind I knew I shouldn't have married her, but I married her anyway because I wanted to do right by her, and I had a child with her, so I wanted to make it right. So I thought that was going to, solve all of our problems. I thought things was going to be different, and it ended up smacking me in my face. So, yes, I do want to get married.
So let me speak on this. Like he said, I'm not saying I'm totally opposite to him, but the biggest problem that a lot of men have with marriage, number one, is the legal aspect. Because you get a fishing license, it's after a couple of years, you have to get it renewed, driver's license after so many years. But for some reason, marriage licenses are for life. And, people, a car doesn't change, but people change all the time. Their personalities change. And, like the comedian says, once a woman says I do, that means I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's the reason, once you get out of the marriage, it is hard as hell to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? It takes a legal aspect. It's very expensive. A lot of times the woman gets everything. And like they get half of stuff that they didn't work for. A lot of celebrities talk about this, how they went through years of sacrifice and they get married when they finally become a celebrity and their wife wants half. And you're like, what did you do to earn this money? You know what I'm saying?
Not cheap.
That's one of the biggest regrets that a lot of men have is the legal aspect. Now, if you just want to say, hey, we're married, I'm going to commit to you, and you have your little religious ceremony, that's fine. But once you have to get the law involved, it is hell in high water that both of y'all have to go through. You have to go through a judge, and it can get messy and all these things. So that's the biggest problem. If you took the legal aspect out of it, maybe more people will be in want to get married. But the legal aspect is the big part of it. And like I said, the second part of it, for it seems it's more benefit for the woman than it is for the man. And a lot of aspects, especially with this feminist movement where men and women are equal. I ain't got to do nothing my man says. You better not do this. I don't have to cook and clean and all this feminist movement.
Where is that happening at?
That's just my opinion,
Yeah, because a lot of times the reason why they're on the woman's side is because 9 times out of 10, I ain't saying always, Marzelle, but the men are always cheating.
Well, when the woman don't give them none once they get married, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm not saying they do
a
or
lot of
don't.
women go by emotion. So if this guy's not treating me right, or if this guy cheated on me, or I'm sick, or something's not going good with me right now, you should just go out and have sex with someone else. And then these guys have these long-term relationship with these women, and then want them to stick around, or maybe he might be, beating on her, or anything like that. But a lot of times because they're cheating, you talk about celebrities. Yeah, I was here with you when you had nothing. Now you with every Becky that comes your way. So yeah, I want my money. All this time I spent with you. And as far as the women not cooking and cleaning, I don't even know why you would just not cook and clean. You're just going to be in the house, a dirty house, and go out to eat all the time when you can be saving that money for other things.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of trying to go out to eat, learn how to cook. I know how to cook. A lot of men automatically assume, including my best friend, automatically assume that I didn't know how to cook. They just assume that I didn't know how to cook. I keep my house clean. I definitely know I can cook a whole Thanksgiving meal, and I have Easter, Christmas meal by myself. That's including chicken and dressing, a whole turkey, a whole ham, sweet potatoes, what I made, macaroni and cheese, greens, corn, sweet potato cornbread. I've done all. I can cook. Now, I cannot make all the Mexican dishes in the world because we only know what tacos and enchiladas or whatever. But I can cook a meal. I know how to cook. But they assume I don't know how. Just like my best friend, he didn't think I knew how to cook either.
Right. And that you're an exception.
We heard you first time.
I give you that. But most of them, they listen to these Cardi B. I don't cook. I don't clean.
Okay, so does
She don't
anybody?
have to. She rich. She got her own money.
But women think that way. Like I said, with the feminist movement, they find it very offensive when you say, like, marriage is supposed to distribute power. If the man goes out there, works 8-hour shifts and blase, somebody needs to cook. Somebody needs to distribute the power. But they make it seem like if you ask a woman to cook, that's offensive, that's sexist, all that stuff like that. So the perspective of women, I'm not saying all women, but that's why I'm just saying that's why a lot of men have this stereotype of I don't want to get married anymore because what am I going to get out of it? You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking care of somebody who says you better make $100K and all this and pay my bills. Well, what I'm getting out of it? You know what I'm saying? So that's I'm not saying personally.
Also, little girls. That's not women. They're girls.
I've dated some 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds who say the same thing. If I get married or we dating, you better don't take me to no Cheesecake Factory, and all that kind of stuff.
I like the Cheesecake Factory.
I love the Cheesecake Factory.
I'm glad because a lot of them. Marzelle tell you he has stories of we dating women our own age, and they'll be like, "Look, when we start dating, you better take me to this place where it's $100 a plate." See,
Well, they didn't say it like that.
They don't even have $100 themselves. That's why they
Exactly.
take them.
No, they didn't say it like that. They was like basically saying, "Oh, we can meet at this place," and then they send me the place, and the plates are $100. to $150 a plate. And I'm like, no, we're gonna meet at a lounge and we're gonna meet and we're gonna talk and I'm gonna see if you somebody that I would want to spend that amount of money on. First off.
Exactly. Exactly.
Who was it? Chingy, he said, when I date a woman, I take her to McDonald's to see if she actually liked me.
Well, I don't eat McDonald's anyway, so that's not gonna work for me. So I'm definitely not gonna eat McDonald's. So,
well, I agree with you. You know, well, y'all can go to like a place that sells like Philly cheese or something like that. Or
Cheesecake Factory.
yeah,
I like Cheesecake Factory.
No, I'm saying he was like something like that. They have it. They got everything. They got a hodgepodge of everything. That's why I like going. So there's no confusion about what it is to eat. And I'm not trying to break the bank because guess what? That money that you're spending on food, you can spend it on me for something else.
Right. Or what happened if you go
put
on
some
a
gas
date?
in my car?
Hey, yeah. What's gonna happen if you happen to go on that date with someone? It's $100 a plate, and he say, "Hey, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back, sweetheart." And now you're just sitting there. Can you afford to pay that $200 plus a tip if he walks out on you?
Oh, that reminds me of that scenario. I know it's totally different, but the one where the guy took the woman to Jamaica or somewhere, and then he was like, okay, well, let's sleep together. And she was like, I'm not going to sleep with you. And he left her there. Y'all know that story?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that one.
I don't like that situation, but I would also not put myself in that situation.
Exactly.
If I am going on a trip, first of all, it's not going to be our first date. If I'm going on that trip, it's going to be a trip with my man, or we've already slept together, and this is a vacation for our birthday, his birthday, or we're doing something. So I won't have to worry about being put in that situation. When you go on the trip, normally that's what you go for.
To be honest, I would never spend that amount of money on someone that I had not slept with in the first fucking place. He was dumb for even committing to do something like that with someone he had not even slept with in the first place. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No.
But another thing is you really don't know what type of conversation they had or how long they've known each other. You know what I'm saying? So she might have not even said, well, yeah, I'm going on this trip with you and we're going to have sex. I mean, you can't just assume this is what she's going to do when she get there, but he might have assumed it because it happened before with maybe several other women.
Yeah, but I'm not. But like I said, I'm not putting myself in that position. I'm gonna know for a fact when we go to Jamaica, we fucking okay. It's not gonna be a doubt in my mind that I'm not gonna be able to see her naked and the panties are coming down. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. No, absolutely not. I'm not going and spend that amount of money for some wishful thinking. Hell no.
I don't understand it though.
Wishful thinking.
I don't understand it though, because your honeymoon is supposed to be the first time y'all go out the country, so it's not special if you just do it before you get married. I don't understand.
No.
Isn't that supposed to be a magical experience?
I can't.
Well, if you want to put it that way, you're not supposed to be having sex anyway. So why would you marry? So let us not go that route.
Hey, you got to test the goods before you drive the car. You might not be compatible.
But you know what? And that's the problem. You wouldn't know if you were compatible if we all waited. We wouldn't know what was good, what was right, and what was wrong.
Well,
I'm just saying. I was playing the devil's advocate. I'm done.
This is the Nothing Serious podcast, so that means we can't talk about anything serious. Talk about religion and all that stuff. Okay, politics. Okay. We're gonna try to keep it neutral. I get what y'all saying. I understand what you're saying, but we have to keep it neutral. All right. Okay. So.
But I do hear what you're saying, Callie. I get what you're saying, though, still.
All right.
Yeah, I understand too. But you know what? The whole thing is, it's all about don't put yourself in that type of position in the first place. where you're gonna end
I
up being
agree.
disappointed.
I do
Yep.
agree. On both sides, I do agree.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
Because
yeah,
sometimes some women can find a simp to do it easily. And
yes,
this might not happen to be the simp that she thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Like,
sometimes you
And
can
you say
make a
playing that
mistake
role
and
until
see
he,
that.
playing that role
leave
until
it.
he gets you there.
Yeah,
leave-
or it could have turned out to be something completely different. Like he could have just like, oh no, you gonna give me some while we here. When
No,
she went on a
look.
trip with me, you know, you just gotta be
She
careful.
she told him, and the reason why she didn't have sex with him was because she was on her period. Now,
You-
uh, uh,
Your mouth ain't on your period.
my point exactly. My point
But
exactly.
this is what he's probably thinking.
But
He's probably
oh
thinking that.
no, that ain't
He
something that
he
everybody
might
get.
he might think, well, your mouth ain't on your period, so
I know, right?
Hey, he's like, you ain't go to the dentist.
Right, exactly.
Your mouth not bleeding.
Right, exactly.
so you have to be careful. What do you think, BNGB?
So can we go over the question again? There's been
I don't.
I know, right?
We were talking about the young man who took the young lady on the trip and she didn't have sex with him.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Who is you?
Okay,
I
Me?
can't hear anybody else.
She says she can't hear. You can't hear Nikki?
No, I hear you, Venars.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear somebody. It's coming back in now, sounds like.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I can just speak on my own experiences. You know, I've traveled internationally before, and it is a royal pain going through customs. For me, I would never go out of the country unless it was an established relationship. It's
Mhm.
sometimes cumbersome going through the airport, going through customs, and then once you get over there, you know, oftentimes I think the particular country you were talking about was Jamaica. I've never been to Jamaica, but I've been to other countries where you have to really be guarded because you have people that are like begging because you're a tourist, you know, for money and stuff like that. So I would just never personally put myself in a position to ever go out of the country unless I was already in an established relationship with somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like I was saying, I don't believe that you should do that. Going on out of town with someone or out of town, out of the country with someone if you have never even slept with that person in the first place and expecting to sleep with them. I don't think that's a good idea because you're setting yourself up to be disappointed.
Huh. So if I can ask a question, because everybody kept using that word. I know we discussed it before. I'm trying to get a definition. All right, a simp. Does that mean, because some of us are gentlemen and we, will pay for the dinners and stuff like that. So is it a man who just wants some sex and he's paying constantly in hopes of getting sex, or is it a man just being foolish, or what is the definition of that word?
Yes, it is a man, not so much being foolish, but somebody you can just run over.
Okay.
So if I want something to eat, I'll just call him. He'll come.
Right.
If I need something, let me call this dude. Oh my God, I hate to call him, but I know he's gonna do it anyway. And he'll bring you food over, and you open the door and say thanks for the food, and you close the door.
Yep.
Oh.
But then they'll come right back
I
again
can't
and
hear
bring you more
whoever,
food.
if somebody's giving a definition of it. I can hear you, Venars.
Oh, you can? Okay.
I
I can hear you. I can hear you, Angie.
Yeah, I can hear
Uh,
Marzell and Venars.
You
Okay,
can't hear me?
She can't hear Nikki.
Can you hear Nikki?
No.
Hold
Oh,
on.
you
Hold on
can't?
1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
He gonna log back and log back in.
Okay, Angie, can you hear Nikki say
Yes.
something?
Can you hear me now? She still can't hear me.
Okay,
Was she
so
giving the
Angie,
definition? Was she giving the definition of a simp? I want to hear this one myself.
Nick. Okay, so Angie, jump out and then jump back in and see if you can
Okay.
hear her.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I can admit at some point I was a simp when I first started doing this dating thing. I was a simp. I ain't gonna sit and lie, but I learned fast after getting played. You don't want to be no simp.
Mm-hmm.
And I reversed that shit. Like Pop said on Boomerang, like he's like bang bang bang. You gotta reverse it.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
I did. I reversed that shit.
Lord.
What was
And
your definition? What was your definition of a simp, Nikki?
me, oh, you can hear me now?
Yes.
So I was letting Renarish know, like for instance, you have a guy who will buy you something to eat, and you really don't want to be bothered with him, but you're like, oh, I'll just use it for food for just example, or
Okay.
you need your hair done, or nails, or you see an outfit, or you know, pair of glasses, or anything, underwear, or gift cards.
Okay.
Call this guy, and he'll bring it to you, and then you literally can just take the food and stuff out of his hand and basically close the door like, hey, I'm sorry, I had an emergency, can I just give you a call later? And they say okay, and then you go back a little bit later and then you ask for something else. Hey hon, oh my God, how you doing with your handsome self? And they like, how you doing? I'm like, good.
Okay,
I
I
was
got
thinking
you.
about you. Have you been thinking about me? You know, I'm always thinking about you. You know, I was thinking about, oh, I seen this watch I wanted. It was so cute. And I said, no other man is as good as you, especially because they ain't like you out here for real. And here they are, like, you're right, that's right. I said, my baby could give me this watch. I already know it. And he'll get you the watch.
See,
You don't even have to sleep with him. You don't even have to really call. Maybe text him here and there, hey, boo, or hey, I was just calling to check on you, just things like that. Or when we gonna hook up? Then you're like, I'll let you know.
right.
Okay.
So she gave the perfect example of what a simp is. Now,
I've had a few in my younger days. Now I'm just not going to treat anybody like that or let them think that I want them when I don't, because I watch way too many ID channels now, and they crazy.
Right.
When I was younger, I didn't care. Me and my sister would just jump them. They'll leave us alone.
okay, so look, has anybody here seen the Players Club?
Yes.
Yes.
Melvin was a was a simp.
Star.
That he was a simp, and we see how things turned out with that situation. Okay, but with
Let
that
me
being,
in.
I just think he just was a customer. I don't think he was a simp. He was a customer just like everybody else.
yeah, but
He was-
she let him on to believe that he would have a chance to get with
All
her.
strippers do. All strippers do. Men and women. That is what they're supposed to do. That's their job.
Yeah, they're providing the fantasy, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't use that for example.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, but it is because he was paying her, thinking that eventually he would be able to get in and have sex with her.
And so was probably 40 other men there. You're talking about
Okay.
Diamond here.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
You're talking about Diamond here, the baddest chick
Yeah.
in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, that was he was considered a simp too. So
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I got a clearer understanding. Okay.
yeah. So that's what a simp is. Now,
Oh.
like I was saying before, that I'm not gonna say most. I take that back. I know most of us good guys have played a simp at some point in time, but then you have to pick up on what they're doing. So one thing I started doing to eliminate putting myself in that position is I stopped making myself available, or I started putting myself in a position where I was in control. Okay, like hey, she would say, for instance, she sent me a text message asking me to buy her some food. I was like, no, we need to get together and get some drinks or something. No, I don't want to do that. Then, well, we don't need to hook up. You know what I'm saying? We don't look. I'm not gonna be the fool guy. I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be the fool guy, and and then you go and give somebody else some tail. I'm not
Yeah.
about to do that. I'm not about to do that. No, we're not about to play this game.
You just selfish.
So
That's
question.
what.
I have a question as it relates to the whole food thing, Marzell, since you brought that up. I've heard a lot of guys talk about these meet and greets at Starbucks,
Yes.
and I personally think that's ridiculous. I'm not meeting anybody. I can put my K cup in my own Keurig. I'm not doing a meet and greet at a Starbucks. I think if you're talking to somebody and you have a chemistry, I'm not meeting somebody at Starbucks. Like it, I think that is so insulting.
Okay.
So
All right. I understand what you're saying. If I'm gonna tell you something, if the guy, if a woman is interested in a guy, she will meet him anywhere. It don't matter if it's Starbucks, the fucking park, or wherever. If you're interested in the guy, you're gonna meet him anywhere.
but this
Right.
is what I'm hearing men say. And I understand before I say what I'm gonna say, I do understand there are women that try to get a free meal. I hear so
Yeah.
many men say, I don't want to take a woman to a nice restaurant because it's not a guarantee I'm going to ever meet them again. And so I think it has to be case by case. I just don't think you can put everybody in one basket that if I go out, somebody is using you. Like that's why you take the time to get to know somebody
You
before
gotta
you
vet 'em.
have that right, before you have that first encounter. So like if I go out with somebody and I come in, I'm just using this as an example. I come in, let's say, with some Gucci shades and stuff. Clearly, I'm not trying to get you for $17.99. You know what I'm saying? So so I don't understand why men do that. Like that may be like when you say that you have instinct and stuff. I think men need to have more instinct about the type of person. I've gone out with somebody before and they got upset saying I didn't eat all my food and they thought I was taking it home to somebody else. I'm just giving different scenarios. And to me, that is preposterous because like if you don't see me ordering multiple meals, you know what I'm saying? And I
No,
just I feel
I
like
get what you.
sometimes women can't win because if you eat all your food, they want to think you're a big back. If you
Right.
don't eat all your food, then you taking food home to somebody else.
And he
So
like, wait a minute, you didn't lick your
yeah,
plate. What the fuck is wrong with you?
yeah, yeah.
No, no. Look, okay. So let me explain and give you context of why I
Okay,
say that. Now,
okay.
just to give you context. All right, I'm not saying that I will never take a woman on a nice to out to a date at a nice place. There have been plenty of women that I took out on a date to a decent restaurant, not something that's really expensive, but something that is nice, and I don't have a problem with doing that. And I didn't expect anything at the end of the day either because I enjoyed the conversation and all that stuff. But you can, that's where that discernment comes in. You can pick up on the predatory women easily because I always do this. This is my rule of thumb. This is how I separate the users from the people who are actually interested in me. What I do is I will ask them, hey, what's in your city, or where is it? Do you have a lounge in your city or whatever? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, can we meet there? If they say yes, then that's cool. What throws me off is when a woman will send me a restaurant and say, hey, this is a restaurant that we should go to. And I look at the menu, and the menu shows a whole bunch of plates that's 80, 90, $100.
Right.
Well, is
I'm
this what
not.
Beyonce eat? Nigga,
Yeah, I'm not
come
about to
over
take
here.
on a first date. I'm not about to take you there.
No.
No,
Right.
hell
Right.
no. I gotta meet you in some capacity to see if I want to spend that amount of money on you. So
Right.
if that's what you try to do out the gate, then nah, I can tell that you're predatory, and I'm not gonna be that guy.
So if you meet a woman that's middle of the road, is that appreciated by men?
Middle of the road. What you mean?
Like if you meet a woman that says instead of going to I'm in Atlanta, so we have like a STK, right? That's,
Yes, yes,
on the
yes.
expensive side. So if you meet a woman that's like, okay, let's go to Longhorn or Outback instead of a STK, is that appreciated?
Yes, of course. And
Okay.
I
Okay.
can do that. I can do that. I can do
Yeah.
that. That's fine.
What's
I'll meet you there because
STK?
it's a really expensive uh it's a real expensive steakhouse,
Like you'll
basically.
come out spending $1,000 for a table of two.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
Yeah.
still trying to see the whole opposition to Starbucks. If you just, a lot of times I'll say that, especially if it's, if we're on a dating website, I've never seen a face or whatever, but like, let's just meet up at Starbucks or whatever, even though we've had conversations. Or sometimes, if it's low lighting, with video chat, if you're just going there for 10 to 15 minutes and just having a conversation, coffee is fine. It has nothing to do with cheap dates, disrespecting them. It's just literally just talking and asking questions, and like Marzel said,
Yes.
just getting a general vibe for the person. And you don't have to be feeding them. Like there was one woman I dated. I took her to Starbucks first, and then later on that night we went to a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? But it's just to get the general vibe of her and see if she's real and blah blah blah. So, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I don't
Well,
see the
see,
problem.
yeah, I don't. Well, I like for me, just for me, I feel like the way you start is how you end. So for me, rather than doing a meet and greet at Starbucks, I'd rather us just take more time to talk and video chat and FaceTime and all that.
Mhm.
That's just me.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, like I said, it's all about was you saying something, Vanars? I'm sorry, man.
no. You probably finna make the point I'm finna make.
All I was saying was that you can pick it, you can kind of see what someone's intentions is just by
Hmm.
that initial conversation. Like if me, like, I'm not gonna ask you to meet at Starbucks. I I'm trying to meet in the hours where Starbucks is is closed. Just because
Oh Lord.
when you meet at night, the chances of you sleeping with her is higher than
Oh.
during the day.
Oh.
That makes sense. That's a good point. That's a great point.
Because the night brings the romantic vibe. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a great point.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to meet you at night. So I'm not gonna ask you to go to Starbucks, but I'll ask you to go to a lounge where we can get some drinks. We can talk. We can talk, or maybe dance. I don't really know how to dance, but
Woo!
but shut up, Nikki.
This
But
nigga dance like Trump.
Actual friends, they can do too.
Marzel, that's some valuable information. I have to make sure that I have before 6 o'clock dates. That's very valuable.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
So
Markel,
that
ask your sons. You could do the moonwalk. Impress them.
no, but seriously, on a serious note, like I will ask her to meet at a lounge or somewhere we can, or a bar, so we can get some drinks and talk. You know what I'm saying? And I can get to know them and see where things go from there. You know what I'm saying? So
Or
that,
you can buy them more drinks and feed them more drinks because the more they drink, the more friendlier they get.
well, not necessarily that. To be honest with you, I have my own feelings about that. Like I don't particularly like sleeping with anybody who's drunk because they can
Thank
easily
you.
say
Thank you.
say you raped them. You know what I'm
You don't
saying?
want to Bill Cosby them.
No, not at
I
all.
got
And
mine.
plus, I want her to remember this. You know.
Just this.
Your girth. Your girth. You want them to remember your girth, like you said.
Yes. So yes.
Wow.
Dating is just so hard. To me, it is. For me, it is. It's just hard.
Man, it's
Because
a headache,
if I
man.
meet someone, I actually want to be physically attracted to them. I've been
Absolutely.
with men before because I did used to drink, and it was like, a particular person. I could only be with him when I was drunk.
Oh,
But
wow.
he'll buy me whatever I wanted, including Hennessy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You remember how easy it
So-
was back in the day to date? You had that friend, hey, so and so said they like you.
Yeah,
and
and that's just what I need right now. That's what we're just talking about. I prefer to have that right now because I don't drink anymore. So if I'm not attracted to this person, you know, I do have one of my friends say, well, what do you like? What is it that you like besides looks? I told her, when you first met your husband, the first thing you said to me is said, oh my God, you need to meet my friend. He fine as hell. So please don't come to me with what's the first thing? What do you like besides that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you see somebody, it's normally a physical attraction when you first see them. You don't see anybody and say, oh, look at her. We're about to be best friends.
Oh, she's got great personality.
Right. You don't know that.
And you know what? And the women, like, women expect guys to not be attracted to them. Like, not be physically attracted to them. No man meets a woman that's like, man, I can't wait to make her my princess. No man says that. No man says that shit.
Right.
And I've learned a lot about men just having a male best friend. And plus, I grew up around guys. Nobody I slept with. None of the guys that hung out with me, they considered me being their sister.
Same here.
So I never slept with them, but I learned a lot of things from men. And a lot of them try to come to me with the bull, which they don't even know my best friend is a man. And I'm just like the one guy, remember I told you, he said to me, do you have any tattoos? And I just kind of, I said, I do have tattoos. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy that I'm talking about, I wanted to have this conversation. But normally when men want to bring on a sexual conversation, they'll start with, do you have any tattoos or piercings? Because some women have their nipples pierced, their clitoris pierced, tattoos on their lower back or in their thighs. So that's what normally brings on a sexual conversation.
Yeah.
Men asked me that. I had another guy ask me that, like, you got any tattoos? I'm like, why? Because I just wasn't into him like that. But when the other one asked me, I just kind of giggle like, it's about time, nigga. But I was like, I do. You know, I do have them, you know, already, but I kind of laughed ahead of time because just as soon as he said it, I already knew what was going on. So I was like,
yeah, that shit, and that shit works like a charm. 9 out of 10 girls that I've asked that question to at a date always led to sex in some type of way. Always did. You ask them because it's like a setup question. You ask them, oh, do you have any tattoos? And then they'll be like, yeah, I have a tattoo. I'm like, oh, well, where's the tattoo at? And then they'll show me, or I say, well, I can't show you because it's at this such a place. Oh, do you have any piercings? Yeah, I have some piercings. Oh, where? Oh, my nipples are pierced. And then you'd be like, well, what made you get your nipples pierced? Turns into a sexual conversation. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm, you know, for all the viewers out there who, you know, need some help getting the ball rolling, just holler at your boy.
I mean, it's not just that, it's several things, but, you know, a lot of guys just automatically assume because when I first meet a person, I'm kind of shy. I don't talk a lot. But once you get to know me, I'm funny. I got joke after joke after joke. I like to enjoy myself. I like to have fun. I want to be around people that's positive and wants to have fun and wants to enjoy themselves. So when they first meet me, I am quiet until they get to know me. And then, you know, it's just like they want to be around me because they like, oh my God, I was so bored at work yesterday when you didn't come. You know, things like that. Like it gets to the point where, you know, I don't even have to really say nothing. If me and Marzel somewhere in the room and something happened, all I got to do is really look straight ahead. He'll look straight ahead, but I'll be looking over at him and he don't want to look because he know if he look, he gonna laugh.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Or we just look at each other, or and it's like we got words and sayings, you know what I'm saying? I can just say, just like we say DIH, and he can be over there with his back turned. He automatically know what I'm talking about. Like, nope. They like, ooh, I'm the person that you really don't want to sit next to. Well, of course, it's not any of my family members, but at a funeral. They're like, we can't even take your ass to a funeral. Like,
You be acting up.
Man, for sure. I hate to have to end the podcast on this note, but I might have to because my kids keep coming here telling me they're hungry. So
And how old? Hold on. How old are they?
they're 18, 13, 16, and 9. But I don't let everybody in my kitchen touching things, and I don't know they wash their hands or not. So I'd rather do it myself. I get where I get where you was coming from. They can fix their own food, but I want to make sure the shit is clean when I get ready to get to it.
And you don't want your kitchen to burn down.
Yeah.
2 words, Papa John's.
You try to hurt the babies. Get some good food.
But man, like this was another really good episode, man. I enjoy having all of you guys in here. You guys really make my Saturday. I'm telling you, man. I really enjoy each and every.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. I'm gonna go down the line of asking anybody, do they have any final comments or anything they want to say before we end?
Well, I just want to say that I identify myself as being rich.
Okay, all right.
And it's good to see you, Benares. I haven't seen you in a while. And
Good seeing you too.
Yes, and Callie, I'm glad I saw you. I didn't know if BNGB was going to show up or not, but I'm glad you did.
I didn't know about it.
Oh,
You
I
guys-
just know I have allergies too, so I already know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
stuffy now from my sinuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I apologize for giving you that link late, Angie, but I had to decompress once I got back in. So
I understand.
Yeah. So it's hot out there. It really. Ooh,
Yeah. Okay. Callie, do you have anything you want to let people know about, or you got going on?
See you next week. That's all I got.
Okay. Nikki, you have anything?
I might not be here next week because I do have to work, so I won't be. I'm not sure when I'll be popping back in, but
Okay.
when I do, I might have on a different wig. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, Angie.
If I ever make it to Detroit, Nick, I'm gonna have to call you up, girl. We're gonna have to get out in the streets and meet some men.
Okay, see, now you're talking. Now you're talking, because I'll get tired of these little young 35-year-old girl. We gotta hang out. We don't. But absolutely, just let me know ahead of time, and I'll try to get stuff together for us. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, Benares, do you have anything, man?
If you guys look at next to my name, Crane Style Forever Productions, that is the name of my new production company. That's KRANESTYLE Forever Productions. Look me up either on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok and all that. I got all new movies that's coming out. If you guys want to be a part of it, I got podcasts coming out. So if you got an idea for a podcast, let me know. But just look up Crane Style Forever. Killer Cream. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm starting a new leaf, making more family-oriented stuff. So look up Crane Style Forever Productions. And new movies, new cartoons. It's a ton of stuff coming out. So look me up.
Okay. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody taking their time out of Saturday, their busy schedule, to come and have a conversation with me. I appreciate it. I will see you guys next week.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Have a good one.
Bye.
Take care.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Happy Juneteenth.